What's going on, YouTube? Today is fight day, fight day, fight day, fight day. So I'm just throwing out this little video just to, share my quick predictions. In the previous video before, I said that I'm going with, Gervonta Davis for various reasons with this fight, and I'm still sticking to that prediction. Now, it's a little bit of a change as far as like the circumstances now. The curiosity is just steadily building with this one. Of course, I know y'all watched the weigh-ins yesterday, and you seen the actions that had taken place during the weigh-ins. Now, little things like this can change the course of the fight. You know what I mean? Like as far as like the game plans, well, not game plan, but the mind state when they come to this fight. Gervonta, he did his little antics and stuff, which I didn't see it as a big thing he did. It was like a slight push. Now, granted, every small reaction can have a big reaction, but as far as the antics, that can cause a big chain reaction to things. I foresee, Rolly at one point getting way aggressive in this fight. I mean, you gotta remember, this is a history with this fight, this build up to this fight. The one thing I like about Gervonta Davis is, believe it or not, he's actually doing some mastermind type things. If you look at his demeanor and everything, is more calm versus before when he was quite a bit aggressive in some of the press conferences. But now you're seeing him more calm, lighthearted. I'm pretty sure he's taking the man serious, but it's like he's not at the same time. It's like, I'm gonna take you serious because anything can happen, but as far as your skill level, I just don't feel as though you're a real big threat, But you can't be like that at the same time, because like I said, watching some of Rolly's sparring videos, and then on top of that, you can't underestimate that power, man. Like, everybody got a punch a chance. Everybody got a punch a chance. But when you look at this fight, how it may end, like I said, I'm still going with round 7, knockout, or that doesn't happen. This is definitely going to a split decision, because I just see in the latter rounds, Tank really just boxing it out. You know what I'm saying? If you can't, how Tank rolls, man. He starts off with the boxing, and then, when he starts smelling blood in the water, he going for the kill. And it's always that either that uppercut or that hook to the body. So like, when you look at these, when you look at the circumstances and possible outcomes, you got to say, hey, one of the two is gonna happen. Either a decision or a knockout. Now, let's keep one thing clear now. Rolly, everybody say he's an awkward boxer, and all that stuff, and to a certain degree that is true. But, based off these sparring videos and a couple of his fights, when you look at it in clear detail, he does have a level of discipline when it does come to boxing. Yes, there are a lot of holes and stuff like that, but still, it's like at a level good enough to get the job done, just to set him up in the right place at the right time to, get that punch in. Like I said, I always refer back to George Foreman and Deontay Wilder. Those two guys, like, when you look at their boxing match, they don't do the traditional boxing. You know what I mean? Like, Deontay for sure. Like, Deontay is pretty much, he's good enough where he can get in the right place at the right time. And then he just have this, like, superhuman strength where it's like, pretty much, even if he hit the glove or the elbow or anything like that, it's just enough pressure to put on them that they gonna fold. You know what I'm saying? And I don't take Rolly too lightly of that situation as well. But we got to keep them things in consideration. You know what I'm saying? I give Rolly just about as good of a chance than just about every other fighter that Gervonta fought, excluding people with the likes of like Leo Santa Cruz, Isaac Cruz, and Mario Barrios. But like everybody else, Rolly is pretty much up there on the challenging scale when it comes to who Gervonta Davis fought. From the looks of it right now. I mean, we're gonna see when the time is right, when when the time happens, we're going to see that fight. We're going to see where he really ranks. But from the outside looking in right now, just based off of, researching footage and all that stuff, I would say Rolly's definitely up there. You cannot discredit that man. Now, moving further along, let's come up with two possible outcomes of this fight. And I'm talking about future fights as well, for either fighter, if either one of them win. So I'm going to start with Rolly. Now, Rolly ain't doing no different than Lomachenko if y'all ever pay attention to it. You got to remember, Lomachenko got a title fight when he was 14 fights in as well. You know what I'm saying? So we gotta like, look at it for what it is. Rolly should definitely get those opportunities when the time comes. Because if you give it to Lomachenko, you gotta give it to Rolly. You know what I'm saying? The only difference between Rolly and Lomachenko had a extensive amateur background, but then when you look at it, amateurs don't count into the pros. So like, what's the difference with Rolly getting those big opportunities, versus, well, let me correct myself. Rolly not getting those opportunities versus Lomo getting those opportunities. You know what I'm saying? The only difference between both of those situations is pretty much Rolly's age, Lomo's age. Rolly's background, Loma's background. But you can't count either one of them because they had the same amount of fights, and they getting a title shot. Now, if Rolly happens to win, I do foresee him fighting somebody with the like of, in my opinion, which makes sense off rip, either Ryan Garcia or Devin Haney. And I know that sounds crazy, but hear me out why I say that. All right, if you go back 4 years ago, Rolly sparred Ryan Garcia, and Rolly like he was holding his own in there. I mean, I could tell at some point in time that Ryan was holding back with, doing the killer punch. You could tell he was using some restraint. But Rolly, when you look at it, Rolly wasn't looking bad in that ring against Ryan Garcia. You know what I'm saying? That seemed like a fight that I feel like he'll be more comfortable in taking, pursuing, and I feel like it'll be a mega fight based off of both of their background. Now, with Devin Haney, I feel as though Rolly will possibly fight Devin Haney too as well. Because you gotta look at it. They've been bickering back and forth, with the lead up to this Davis fight. I feel as though Rolly is gonna, start really advertising a chance to fight this guy. You know what I'm saying? You know how he is. Hey, I beat Tank Davis, why I can't beat Devin Haney? You know what I'm saying? That seemed like how Rolly would think in these situations. Now, going to Tank Davis, it's pretty obvious what Tank trying to do after this. Tank is trying to fight Devin Haney. There's no way around it. Tank is definitely trying to fight Devin Haney, and I do foresee if Tank happens, whether Tank beats Devin Haney or not, I do see Tank fight Devin Haney and then going back down to 130 to fight Shakur Stevenson. Both of those fights, either way how you look at it, will be mega fights. And I feel as though that's the type of energy that Tank is trying to give off right now. So y'all, give me your comments and thoughts on who you think will win this fight, and give me your analytical reasons why. I'm always interested in learning other people's perspectives, and I want to, I'll comment back, and I give my perspectives, but everybody has their own opinion and views on it, and I'm forever, a student of the game. So, enlighten me what y'all think of the situation and why you chose your outcome, how you believe the fight is going to go. And by the way, don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, and share this video. Thank y'all.